Okay, in year 4, I'm now going to discuss Wednesday's lessons with you. So, starting off with maths, we're continuing with the decimal numbers, but it's now comparing decimal numbers. So, for example, if I had 3.2 and 4.1, I would start by looking at the whole number, and obviously the whole number on this one is greater, so I'm using the greater than or less than symbols, so I'd know that 4.1 is greater than 3.2. So the arrow points to the smaller number, and the open side of it is towards the larger number. Now, if they had this, if the whole number was the same on those, that's when we then look at the tenths. So, for example, if I had 3.2 and 3.1, I would obviously look at the whole numbers are the same, so then I would go over to the tenths and see that that is smaller than the tenth in this number, so that would mean that 3.2 is greater than 3.1. Now you might also get to move on to decimal numbers to two decimal places, so you might have tenths and hundredths. So if that was the case, you would obviously start by comparing the whole numbers if they're the same. So in this instance, for example, if I had 2.32 and 2.34, I would obviously start at the whole numbers, they're the same. I'd then go to the tenths and I'll see that they're the same. So then we move on to the hundredths, and I can see that that hundredth is greater than that one. So I would then do my greater than less than symbol to show that that number is greater. Okay, there's a worksheet attached, and obviously work through and complete that, please. Then on to English, and it is planning your own myth. So again, all the information is on the home learning grid. There is a planning sheet attached, which involves a mountain. So it's coming up with all those ideas to build up the story, and then building up the suspense of the story, having the problem, how is that solved, where's it set, who the characters are, and what happens in the end. So all of that is explained on the home learning grid, and there's a worksheet attached. In the afternoon we're doing geography, and we're looking at the human and physical characteristics of Sweden. So that, again, there's a PowerPoint attached, and it's basically looking through that PowerPoint, and there's also a worksheet on there, and you're looking at all that information. So which of those things describe the physical features of Sweden? So it might be describing the woodland of Sweden, it might be describing some of the animals, so they're all physical features. But then other parts might talk about food there that people eat, it might talk about where people live in terms of cities and towns, and that's the human features of Sweden. So it's then doing a little subheading for each, so physical and human, and describing some of the physical features of Sweden and some of the human features, those characteristics, and putting that under those subheadings. Right, and speak to you again soon. Bye.